Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for the week of April 10th. We're just going to jump right in here, Leo. Leo, you have this media card that says get more publicity to increase your finances. I'm pretty sure you either had this card or something very, very similar in your last reading. It also says actress, radio host, podcaster, step into the spotlight and get on screen. Have courage to stand out on the stage. There you go. So for some of you, this could literally be like getting into the media, or it could say that you need to get like media attention if you have like a business or something like that. But I also feel, this could be anything. Like if you want a job or a business, it could be about getting more attention. I kind of have the feeling that if you're trying to get a job and you're struggling, I feel like there's something here about like needing to make sure that you're getting like the right attention on things in your on your resume. It's like you might not be, maybe you've missed something or you haven't included like a skill that you don't think is important, but it actually is. So, it's like one of those things where, I would make sure that you are. I also do feel, again, if you want love, there's clearly a lot of attention and love. You have the star, which is my card of like fame and fortune, getting attention. So, I'm pretty sure your last reading, I'm pretty sure it was you that had something like this, but something needs attention. You have the Seven of Swords. I will say I would be careful of this right here. I don't like this. Seven of Swords to the moon, Page of Swords, Seven of Swords to the moon. This could be like a hidden energy. Someone tricky or sneaky that's been, and I think this has come up for you as well in the past. So, if you have any tricky or sneaky people in your energy from the past, doesn't even have to be a lover, could just be a person, then I would be very careful of this energy. I don't like it. I personally like the Seven of Swords, but in this reading, I kind of get a weird feeling here. And I don't think there's, by the way, it's like, don't be paranoid about this. Don't worry about it. I would just pay attention to it, You have the Seven of Pentacles, and Seven of Pentacles is a change in direction. It's kind of like, I feel like your life has taken a different direction, and, maybe that's what this is. It's like, sometimes I think we level up in some way in life, and then, a past person comes back thinking that we're the same, but we're not. And again, I'm not just talking about love here. I'm talking about, could be a family member, could be a friend or a business partner, whatever. But I feel like you're very different, and that's what's standing out to me here is that you are a different person right now than you were maybe like years ago. So you have changed. And if a person is coming back like this, whatever type of person, doesn't matter. I think it's almost like the universe reminding you of like how far you've come. And I really feel that you need to like take care of yourself at this time. I do get the feeling that someone could be coming back looking for help with this Queen of Cups. She's very nurturing, kind, caring, like all these things that you are, Leo. But, I feel like it's a time in your life where you need to take care of yourself, where you need to, be a little bit more focused on yourself, a little bit more caring about like the things that you want in life. And so I definitely get that feeling of like needing to be careful that you don't get taken advantage of, this week for sure. And again, it could be a past person. Even going this way, it's like you've healed. Going to that star card, the star card is a great card of healing. So I feel like you've healed past something. We're going to use the Lenormand to clarify this row. With the Page of Swords, you have the Tower. The Tower is a card of someone with an ego. So I would definitely be careful of a past person with an ego. I kind of feel also that, the Tower can represent something that not only stands on its own, but something that stands out. And I feel like that is you, Leo. I feel like you stand on your own. You stand out. So it's like, of course, you're going to attract people, back from the past. And, I would just say, I kind of feel like this reading is encouraging you to look at your own, like what the level that you are at is what I'm trying to spit out here. It's like almost as if this reading is saying you need to see how much you glow, how much attention you can get. And again, not just love, but in every area of your life. So it's really encouraging you to realize that your efforts stand on their own, and you don't have to, you don't have to lower, you shouldn't be lowering yourself to a level, right? You have this Clouds card. No one's had this card yet, and the Clouds is a card of confusion in the Lenormand. It can literally represent not seeing things clearly, Mercury retrograde. I also kind of feel that there could be some doubts here You have 2 7s, which you always get, I feel like. 2 7s to me is internal fears that don't exist. So I kind of feel like for some of you, there are some fears that you need to let go of in your life, specifically if you're making some changes in business. Didn't I said this to you last reading, I'm pretty sure. It's almost like you need to give up a little bit of control or something. And I'm not saying you're like, stepping back or any of that, but, maybe you should be delegating more, or maybe you should be allowing, other people to help you, or maybe I always get the feeling that there's something easier that you could be doing as well. Without knowing what you do, I can't tell you what that is, but I almost feel like, especially if you're in promotion, like promoting your business, promoting yourself, I think maybe you're thinking too hard. I think you should be thinking more simpler, or something like that. Again, without knowing what you do, I can't say, but I would start thinking about it. Here you go. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Fox. Again, the Fox is a card of like sneakiness, sneaky energy, all that other stuff. So it makes perfect sense coming up with the Seven of Swords right here. And it's a card of manipulation. It's also a card of like, someone who has like hidden intentions. And, that's kind of like what I get here. And I'm pretty sure I got this in like one of your last readings as well. Something about like someone who kind of has those hidden intentions. So if you have a person like that, maybe you need to kick them to the curb, right? Maybe you have had a person like that in your life, and, I kind of would protect yourself here. Here in the area of the unexpected, you have this card that says you're being too hard on yourself, and it creates unnecessary difficulties. Give yourself credit for how far you've come. Yes, you don't need to lower your bar. Are you kidding? That's literally what I just said. But you do need to be able to see all your small wins. So I do feel this is saying, like, don't lower yourself at this time. Make sure that you're standing up for yourself. Make sure you're putting yourself in those positions that you deserve, right? In work, business, health, pretty much everything. You have the King of Wands, the Seven of Swords, and the Page of Wands. The King of Wands is about being bold, being assertive, being confident, really going for what you want. I think I know what you want. You want this right here. King of Pentacles does not have to be a person. It could just be something permanent. It's like if you have a business, you want permanent security. If you have a job, permanent security. Love, permanent security. I feel like you're looking for something long-term in your life. And I also feel you have the Seven of Swords here. Again, I would be careful of anyone who is manipulative. Personally, I like the Seven of Swords because it's really a card of tactics. He's stealing those swords from an army in the background of the card, and it doesn't represent, it's not really about lying, cheating, stealing, all those other things which it can represent. It's about stealing those swords from a military or the army in the background, so that he doesn't have to go to war. It basically says there are other ways of doing things. He also represents needing to have more fun, which you always get, Leo. He has those polka dots on his cloak, and those polka dots kind of, again, represent needing to bring more fun or joy into your life and needing to not be so hard on yourself. So definitely a good thing for you to do that. You have the Page of Wands as well. Page of Wands is about going on an adventure and also about kind of having fun. He's very excited. He's very enthusiastic as well. And if we go this way, you go to the Six of Cups, which is a card of like childlike energy. It's almost like your path to, true freedom and stability is going to be through that like childlike type of energy, which is really what I feel like this reading is saying, is that being more playful, more lighthearted, and, enjoying the moment, all those things are going to kind of set you free. With the King of Wands, you have the Moon. I would just be careful of like moodiness, mood swings. I would be careful of people who have mood swings as well. To me, that's a form of manipulation as well. It can be, I should say, especially with adults. It's like if you have a person who always has some sort of mood swing in like every single argument, and they can't have an adult adult conversation with you about things, and that is manipulation. So I always tell people, like, be careful of people like that who always have some sort of problem or always have some sort of issue when you're the one that's trying to work on an issue, right? Because they probably just use their mood to control, and I would be careful of that with this energy. I also like the Moon in the Lenormand because it can say that you have some sort of dream, which we see right here with the Star card, and the Moon kind of represents bringing it down to earth, which I think everybody needs to do right now. With the Seven of Swords, you have the Garden. This card of play and fun and joy and happiness and kind of like networking, being together with other people. So I think being together with the right people will be extremely helpful for you. I feel like you've had a lot of lessons here. Just like for whatever reason, this middle row, even though it could be love, I feel this really has to do with you. I feel like you have at times been confused about like who's right, who's wrong in your life, like for you. And we're not just talking about love. I feel like you've had a lot of lessons in like work, in friendships, in business relationships, all those things. And it's like almost as if all those lessons are coming together in this reading, like this year. I feel like this is something that you are kind of maybe getting a better handle on in your life. And it doesn't matter how old you are, right? And, it doesn't say that you're going to be perfect at this, but I feel like you're getting much, much better at like sniffing out who's right and who's wrong and who you can trust and, all that other stuff. With the Page of Wands, you have the Cross. Something is getting like annoying, I feel. It's a card of burdens. It's about literally having a cross to bear. But I feel like something is almost getting painful enough in a good way. It's like, most people don't change until something gets painful enough to force them to make a change. And, this could be in any area of your life, but I almost feel like something has reached the point that you can no longer carry it any longer. You're just saying to yourself, you know what, I have to make this change. And I don't know, let's pop it into my head here, Leo. I actually think it's good, not bad. So, whatever you're releasing looks like a good thing. Next, in what you need to hear right now, you have this early in the month card. It says the aha moment will arrive. Discovery, breakthrough, epiphany. Don't wait for clarity to get started. And yeah, I feel like you have all the answers you need as well. If you're thinking about getting started on this dream, like you literally have the moon going up to the star here. So there's like some sort of dream that you're working on or something, some sort of something that you're trying to create in your life. And it could be, pretty much anything. And I feel like the moon is saying that you've been unclear for a very long period of time. I always say with the moon that it's part of the fool's journey, and he needs to make it to these mountains back here, because mountains in the tarot represent achievements. So, as I always say, nowhere on the moon does the moon say stop. The moon says, go to those mountains. That's where you will achieve enlightenment. And also the moon is temporary. So it's like we can't know everything if we're, starting a new project, business, relationship, whatever. We just have to get started, get on the journey, and stay focused on what we want to achieve. These two pillars on the moon, they basically say, do not get off your path. Again, I think too many times we, get into something new relationship, new business, and there's something over here, like some sort of shiny object or whatever, and we start going a different direction instead of just staying focused on what we truly want. There's a difference here, by the way. You can't just like focus on, this relationship, you got to be like very specific is what I'm trying to get at here with this card, because the mountains represent achievements, but it's like when you think about it, you have to climb the mountain, which is like an obstacle. So for a lot of you, I feel like it is kind of pointing out that nothing is perfect. You're going to have to put the work in, but as long as you stay focused, then you will get what you want. You have the Six of Cups here. I do feel like there could be new love coming in for you. This would represent the past, but, I don't read the Six of Cups as a past person, number one. But number two, what I would say is there clearly could be a soulmate coming in for you. Could be an Aquarius, your opposite sign, and, it could be any sign, but you have that star card really standing out to me. You also have a couple Libra cards in the Lenormand, so, it could be a Libra. I feel like you've had Libra with me a bunch of times in the past. I could be wrong, but, again, could be. So could be any sign, take it how it resonates, but, I do feel it could be like a soulmate. You have the star card. The star is like some sort of wish. I really feel like this is something that you wish you could have. Those are the words that I'm kind of getting here, and I feel like you can have it. That's what this is saying. It's almost like this star card and the moon card are saying to me, to you, that stop wishing. It's like you have it. You can have whatever you want in life. You can create it. She's literally pouring water from the pool of universal consciousness here onto the earth, and it represents what's possible for one person is possible for you. I definitely feel like something has felt impossible. It's like no matter how much work you put into something, maybe it's been a little bit difficult or hard, and maybe there are some obstacles, but I do feel like you're making some changes here, Leo. I don't know, I feel like pretty good about this. It's weird that it's saying stop wishing. It's like literally saying, this reading is literally saying to me, like you need to gain a higher perspective with a star card. Star card can sometimes say you need to look at something from a bird's eye view. You need to, see something from up in the sky so you can have better guidance. Let's see. Are you kidding me? With the star card, you have the stork, and literally I just said bird's eye view. It's a bird. This is a card of improvements in your life. Of course, storks deliver children, right? That's how babies are born, people. I know, right? But what I would say is, I feel that this could be the birth of something new in your life. For some of you, it could be a children, but I really feel that this could be a new beginning in your life, and that you have to stop wishing for. It's like, and I don't mean, that's not like what I'm saying. I'm not saying you shouldn't wish for it. I'm sure someone's going to go there, but I'm just saying, like, I feel like it's just time to make something happen because you can. With the Six of Cups, you have the key. Yes, this is a card of getting answers. That's literally what's popping into my head as well with this card. It's like maybe you feel like you haven't had the clarity, like that card says there. It says, don't wait for clarity to get started, right? Just get started. But it's like as you get started, the answers you've been waiting for appear. And that's what I feel like this is kind of saying. It's like saying you have to get started to get the answers. With the moon, you have the ship. No one's had this card either, and the ship is about travel, of course, or moving. I do feel like some of you could be traveling or moving with this energy. I also feel like you could be getting to the other side. You know, in like traditional Lenormand reading, this could just, the ship kind of represented literally just going from like one place to the other, but it could also represent like commerce, like business. So I do feel for a lot of you, there is kind of either an increase in your business, but it could involve travel. If you are moving as well, I feel this is going to be very good for you. I'm pretty sure every single reading I do for you, there's like some sort of benefit to moving. It always pops into my head for you specifically, Leo. So if you're thinking about moving, I would definitely do it. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have the Stag Spirit. It says, you are meant for great things. Yes, this whole entire reading is saying that. Trust in all that you have to offer. You have a lot to offer. It's like, I'm wondering if you're selling yourself short here. I would be practicing like in the mirror. I'm a big fan of like doing affirmations in the mirror and things like that. It's like scientifically proven that if you do affirmations in a mirror, right, it's like better for you than just doing affirmations. So, you know, whatever you can do here. I am getting something about your self-image as well. To me, that's a very Leo thing, just in general, like kind of focusing on your self-image. But I feel like you know, this could have to do with like improving your confidence or needing to do that. There could, I mean, as crazy as this sounds, you know, I think some of you, it's like if you're trying to increase your finances or something, it's like maybe improving your self-image or maybe changing the way you dress could increase your finances. There are like several books that all like, there are some like old law of attraction books as well that talk all about this, and you know, that talk all about kind of changing the way you appear to attract more money. I actually hold on, because I want to tell you the name of this book that I can never remember the name of, Leo. So, and I know I have it in my list. It's so it's The Magic of Believing, which is a old law of attraction book. It popped into my head as well. And what I would say is that in that book, he talks all about like the way you dress or the way you appear. And I think that would be very important if you are making those changes. You have the King of Pentacles, the Two of Cups, and you have the Five of Pentacles. So the King of Pentacles is about a permanent change. I do feel if you want love, could be Taurus as well. I think you get Taurus quite a bit, but really I feel this is talking about permanent changes that are going to improve your life. So I definitely like that. You have the Two of Cups, which could be a soulmate if you want love coming in for you. I also feel like you could be being guided by your higher self. I always say that this card is kind of like you and your higher self. And so, you know, you could be getting daydreams, messages while you sleep, pretty much anything like that. And that could be the thing that is guiding you. And finally, you have the Five of Pentacles. Again, this is the good stuff, so it doesn't matter that you have the Five of Pentacles. I feel like you're feeling like you are coming out of the cold. I do feel this could be in love. Like if you want love and if you've been feeling lonely, there could be a person, like either an earth sign or an air sign is really what stands out to me, that could be coming in for you. It could be another fire sign as well. So basically everything. But you know, I feel it could be a person who really makes you feel good, you know, and it could be, again, I've been getting this message a lot for people as well, that it could be a person who has also been left out in the cold. So you could be, you know, it's kind of like, you know, feel two people with a very similar story. With the King of Pentacles, you have the book. The book represents literally what you would think, learning about something. Every single reading I do for you, Leo, has all to do with learning. I'm always saying to you that if I were Leo, I would be doing a lot of learning right now. And I would also, if I were you, Leo, I would be looking for unconventional ways of doing things. You know, Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is unconventional. He's not going to war with that army in the background. He's stealing the swords. He's doing unconventional warfare, right? So like in business, are there other ways that you could get attention? Again, without knowing what you do, I can't tell you what to do, but you know, I would be doing this. And every single reading I've been doing for you for like months has been saying, there's like a pot of gold waiting for you. You just have to go find it. You just have to do your research. So don't be afraid to try new things. And this is an amazing card for doing that. But same thing in love as well. It can say, like, maybe you've been trying one way to find a person, but maybe there's a better way and you're just going to have to find it. But if you do it, it'll, give you everything you want. With the Two of Cups, you have the Hammer. This is not this is just an Oracle card that's in this deck. It says work, fixing, working on it, weapon, punishment, warrior, creation, building. Some of you could be building a relationship here, clearly. And this is obviously not going to be a bad card. It's coming up in the good stuff. But I do feel like you could be building a relationship. I kind of feel like you're getting something that's like forged in iron, something very stable, secure, something that's going to last a long time. With the Five of Pentacles, you have the Lilith card. This card says, again, another Oracle card. It says sensual, powerful, wild, untamed, passion, independence, mystery. You could be attracting a person who's like that, who is a combination of all those words, basically is what I'm getting. I also feel like this could be like a good temptation that is coming in for you here, Leo. So I kind of like that. We're going to pull 5 main themes now here, Leo. You have this scholar card. Are you kidding me? Like all about learning. So learn as much as you can. You have this joyfulness card. A lot of, very interesting as well, because a lot of people have had these cards of like celebration, having a good time. But I think it could just be an amazing week for pretty much everyone to go socialize with friends, have a good time, meet people, celebrate with people in your life, all that other stuff. That's what I'd be doing here with this card, is celebrating with people who matter most. Next, you have this wife card. Some of you could be becoming a wife, or you could be marrying a wife. Take how it resonates. And I do feel there could be a person who's coming in for you here. Very unconventional is what I would say. And I think that's the secret, is it's like they're not like everybody else, right? That's a good thing, not a bad thing. And I get this very unconventional type of person, though, coming into your life if you want love. Maybe they just do things differently. Maybe they just live life on their own terms, whatever the case may be. I feel like it is unconventional, but it works. Next, you have this messenger card. I don't know, right before the retrograde, every single person has had a card of messages coming in. And it's like why? I don't know. Let's see if there's a clarification for you. Yeah, you have this thief card. I would be careful of like someone who always manages to pop up and mess up your day, like an ex or, a person who you got into a fight with years ago or something like that. If there's a person who always kind of manages to come out of nowhere, I would block that person. And finally, here you go. You have this pleasure seekers card. Yeah, that would be my focus if I were you. I would be focusing on enjoying myself this month, not just this week, but for the rest of the month. I would be focusing on, kind of looking for things that you enjoy, things that can make you feel happy and joyful. I don't know what it is, but I think this is always true, what I'm about to say, but I think it's extra true right now. Everybody's had a message like this, that I think we really need to focus on the thing that we're telling ourselves, right? It's like the story that we're telling ourselves. It seems to be very important for everyone to make sure that you're focusing on a good story, not a bad story. It's like most people, everybody always says, why don't you read about exes? I'm like, that's the old story. That's a bad story. Even if you want, let's just say that you want an ex back, and I don't care what anyone does, right? It's like, if you want that ex back, but you're telling the same story about them, you're going to get exactly the same outcome, right? So it's like, we have to tell a new story. And by focusing on exes or jobs that you lost or things that have been taken away from you, you keep telling yourself that's what you deserve. So I always tell people, if you're here in the middle pond, you deserve a hell of a lot more than whatever that past bozo offered you, right? And that's what you need to focus on. If they come back, and because you focused on that, on something more, and they come back offering more, great. Good for you, right? Take them back. But for the most part, I can almost guarantee you, if you start focusing on the good stuff, that you're going to get something much better. So that's what I would do here. Pretty interesting reading, I would say, for sure, but looks good. So thank you for being here, and definitely enjoy your week.